Hi everybody, it's me again. So I'm here with Georgia, and she drives trucks for a living, which means that her arms are in front of her all the time, and she said that her fingers go numb and it really bothers her at night. Her forearms are really tight. So here's 15 minutes that I spent on one arm, and that's one of the reasons why the longer session you can do, the better. We did a 90-minute. I felt like we could have done a lot longer, but she got a lot of help out of that. So this is not all of my body weight on her arm. It's sort of like putting your foot on a gas pedal, so I can adjust the pressure. And this just helps to really get in that forearm, which tends to be tight. That shaking motion that I did, that helps to shake out like the joint of the elbow. Again, just some deep compressions to help those muscles unwind. And here I am, I'm using my feet to spread out the palm of her hand. This is really great, especially if you have thumb pain or if you text a lot. You know, if you kind of look at your hand and your thumb turns in towards the palm, this is a really good move for you. Again, the pressure is pretty much just coming through my big toe. Just really trying to release this. And now I'm using my big toes on the bones in her forearm, so the radius and the ulna, and it just helps to create a little bit of more space between the two. This feels really good to get done. Now I'm just putting a little bit of pressure into her pecs. And of course, because she has her arms on the steering wheel all the time, that area gets locked up and stays tight. I'm not putting any pressure on her arm. It's just in the pec area right below the collarbone. Just helping that to unwind. And this can be a little intense sometimes, working on the muscles of the upper arm. So I use a little bit gentler pressure and kind of look at the client. If they start raising their eyebrows, I know it's too much. But just giving a little bit of gentle pressure right there. Even though I am using my foot, I'm not using my whole body weight to stand on her. Pulling her arm, and that goes all through the neck. Again, I'm trying to spread out that palm and her wrist and work on any carpal tunnel type issues that she has. Here I am bending each of her fingers back, and that works really well at working the muscles all the way through the hand down to the wrist. Just trying to get as much blood flow through this arm and hand as we can, so her hands won't go numb as much. Again, she probably needs regular work with this because she's on the road all week long. So it's more of a maintenance thing. And this helps stretch her wrist and the inside of her forearm. Just kind of moving it around. Giving some traction. Help pull that wrist open. Give her some more range of motion. Here I am working on that section that's between the thumb and the index finger. A lot of people say that's a good pressure point for migraines. I don't know about that. I don't know about pressure points, but I know that that area gets used a lot, and so it feels good to have it worked on. And now I'm just comparing the two sides, seeing where there's tension, seeing where I need to go. Okay, so I'm using my thumbs right below the elbow. And when I go up like that, it kind of puts a traction on the forearm. This feels amazing too. Now I'm using my hands to separate the radius and the ulna. Just give them a little bit more space. Give that muscle room to breathe. And giving a little bit of pressure on the muscle in the middle. Don't ask me what it is because I've forgotten a lot of anatomy. Okay, so now I'm turning her arm over so I can work the front surface. Kind of rolling it like a rolling pin a little bit. It gets the top and the bottom. Kind of helps to loosen up the elbow. Feeling around for where is it tight, where does it need work, where does it not. Then I'm starting to work on the top of the arm. So right here, I'm working on kind of the elbow up. I move her arm around a little bit just so that the palm of my hand is between the deltoids and the biceps, and that's kind of a tender area, so I'm using her arm to help give that a little bit of space. And it also releases tension in the elbow. But again, you can see it's not painful. She's actually in kind of a non-responsive state right now, which means she's really relaxed and she's getting a lot of input in her nervous system about the massage, and you just kind of go into this little zone, which is amazing. There you can see that her arm lays all the way back, but it's still not going all the way down. That was one of her complaints, is that when she lays down, her hands don't touch the bed. And I see that with a lot of people that have tight forearms. So I'm trying to just keep working on that problem for her. And although I did not get it all the way down to the mat, we did improve it, and she felt a lot more blood flow through that arm. I did repeat it on the other side, but one time is enough for you guys to see, right? Just kind of trying to press that arm and shoulder down. And here I am trying to give her a little bit of a break from the intensity and just helping to stretch that arm and shoulder out and add a little something in. When you work on several things at once, it's just kind of relaxing. You can't focus on just one thing. And she has a lot of hip pain because, again, she drives for a living, so she sits a lot. But you see that rocking motion, it's also helping to move like her pecs and the top of her shoulder. And then I'm trying to work on her forearm a little bit, just kind of trying to do whatever I can to get in there. Using my thumbs on the muscle on the top of her forearm. I'm sitting here recording this, feeling mine. It's funny, when I watch massage videos, I want someone to do that to me. I'm kind of turning her wrist in different directions right now, kind of working with her thumb. Stripping that forearm. Trying to get that arm to, and the elbow to release. You see how her wrist is coming up when I touch the muscles in the upper arm. It's because they're so tight that they're kind of pulling her arm up. So that's an area that probably needs a lot more work, which is why I really recommend getting sessions that are long. Like a 3-hour would be a complete reset. A 2-hour would be an extension of a full body. And then a 90-minute is a full body, which is what we did today. Again, I'm just stretching and elongating that muscle. I'm looking to make sure the camera's on and that you can see what I'm doing. And I'm stretching my neck. See how slowly I'm moving up that arm. You can't do that with lotion. And that friction and that heat really helps get deep in there to let all of that go. And now I'm just feeling around. Back to the wrist. Giving her a nice tug. Checking her range of motion. Working with that stubborn upper arm. Seeing where I need to put my hands. So I think you guys get the gist of this. Again, this is 16 minutes on one arm. Here I am holding the shoulder. Well, that's actually the AC joint, you know, but you get the point. Kind of holding that shoulder down and moving the arm around. All right, if you guys have any questions, feel free to message me. Have a great day. Bye.